Right. The one thing I did want to talk about, which I've said to myself that I'm never gonna do, is a video about my only job that I lost. I was working in cash generator. My interview was easy. I went there, I spoke to the manager. I was meant to be a sales assistant, which was just working out on the shop floor. But since I had some experience in IT, he decided to make me web lister, which means that I got to test products, check the products, fix them, delete everything off it if there's anything on there. And believe me, I've seen things. I've seen some things that will probably scar you for life. When I first started working there, I thought like, yes, I have a job. Finally, I can earn money. And since it was an apprenticeship, I thought I would get paid weekly. I was like, yeah, I can do that, it's easy. But no, it turns out I was getting paid monthly, which was kind of a bummer because I had plans for whenever I got paid or whatever. But it was fine because I earned like 400 and something a month. I got to meet the staff and it was alright. It was alright. I mean, you know, when you start work, you get to know everyone, you have a laugh, you enjoy yourself. The first thing I did within the first week of working there, which I thought would get me fired, is argue with the customer over the phone. It was not something. Basically, people can buy stuff on the internet, and I was the one sending them out. I thought to myself, that's fair enough. I'm sending stuff out, and as it is in the description on the internet, I do what it says. Customer calls and goes, my item didn't come with a controller. The description said on the internet, basically, that item, which was a PS3, did not even come with a controller. So I told him that in the description it clearly didn't say no controller. What do you mean it don't come with a controller? I paid for it. I meant to get a controller. What are you doing? Do you know you're doing your job right? I want to speak to a manager. My manager's sitting right next to me. Yeah, he told me to just tell him there's nothing I can do and he should stop shouting at me. Just let me speak to the manager. You don't even know you don't. I'm gonna report you. At that point, I just didn't care anymore. I just flipped out. I told him to calm the fuck down because I just started working there. It was my first week. After my breakup with Sarah of 2.5 years, I was in a state where anything would just piss me off, and that guy literally was pushing my buttons to a limit. So I told him that before he should have bought the item, he should read the description and that he can't read. So I hung up. Haven't heard anything from him in hours. Next thing you know, I got called and told that there's an email about a complaint because I told him that I couldn't read. So I thought, okay, well done, first job, getting fired. Didn't get fired because it was my first week and I didn't know how to handle it. Then, next day I come into work, I get given the sheet of paper saying what I should do in certain situations if a customer shouts on the phone. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna remember these. And to this day, I still haven't, even though I don't work there. When someone pisses me off, I tend to have it go back at them. But I just remembered, this is not what I wanted to talk to you about. Basically, with some companies, they have a certain... their rules keep changing all the time, so you can get confused and then you make mistakes, and those mistakes can get you fired. My mistake was pretty simple. Basically, this one time, there's a brand new iPod, headphones, iPod, in the case, brand new, because I was web lister, I was putting it online. Fair enough, right? The next thing is that, because one of the assistant managers didn't have headphones for a phone, she said to the manager, who is probably still working there, that can I have those headphones because I don't have headphones for my phone when I'm on my way home on the train. So he opened the cabinet with his key, gave her the headphones, and I was really confused I looked at him and said, what are you doing? If someone buys that by tomorrow and they don't have headphones, then we're fucked. So he said to me, we're not meant to sell headphones anyway, just list it again tomorrow without headphones. I was like, okay, fair enough, we don't sell headphones to customers. That's cool, that's cool. You can all agree with me, that's a sensible thing to say, right? That we don't sell headphones, even if they're brand new. Right, so, my mistake was doing the exact same thing, just not telling the manager, because I thought he'd understand. Basically, brand new iPod Touch, the newest one, that's what just came out recently. Headphones were in there. I took them out, listed them without the headphones, and I put them in my pocket because I didn't have headphones. Went for lunch, was listening to my music on my iPod, and I came back. The first thing the assistant manager says to me is, where are the headphones? So I said, they're in my pocket. He said, why did you take them? So I was like, whoa, something's going on. Something's seriously going on. So, clearly, I'll just be honest and said, I thought we don't sell headphones. It's like, we don't, but the person who sold us the iPod's coming back for them. So I thought like, oh, fair enough, I'll just give them back to you. So I did, and I thought, no problem. She's like, but I'm gonna have to write this down now and put it in the report. I was like, okay, you do that. So she wrote down everything except the bits she left out where I said, I thought because you got those headphones, we was allowed to take them. She didn't write this down, she left it out. Made me look like the bad guy, alright? Which, to be honest, it really annoyed me. Next thing you know, like an hour or so later, she's like, I told the regional manager and he let you know tomorrow what's happening. It's like, fair enough. She carried on normal, end of the day, went home. Right? Now, it's Saturday. I go to work. I'm like there for at least an hour. Then, assistant manager comes up to me and goes, oh, regional manager told me to tell you that you suspended till further notice. I was like, right, is there anything in your pockets that you shouldn't have on you? No, there's not. So, I got to go home early and spend time with my friends, which was alright actually. After that, I got in for an interview and they said, can you confirm everything? So I told them most of the story. It's like, fair enough. And so, you know what you done wrong. Yes, it was an honest mistake, blah blah blah. And said, you can make an appeal if you want to. So I left, and as I was walking downstairs with my manager, he said I should make an appeal because he still wants me to work for that company. Right? So, I made the appeal, and they said to come back to Walthamstow. By that point, I told them that I don't have money to travel to Walthamstow. There's nothing I could do. And at that point, I asked around, and I even messaged and texted my manager saying if he could be witness at the appeal, because in the letter that I got said you can bring one member of staff who works for the branch. I never got a reply and I was pissed. So I thought to myself, no, it's not worth it. Why would I work for a company where they even can't help me out after he told me to make an appeal? So I got a letter saying, oh, okay, we've rearranged it, still Walthamstow. I told them that the closest shops I can get to is Romford or Dagenham. I got completely ignored. So I messaged him again. I told him about messaging the manager. Still, Walthamstow. Completely ignored. I mean, what the hell? And then, after a while, I get another letter saying, since I didn't turn up for the appeal, which I told them that I couldn't go to, they just decided to let the appeal go, and I'm fired for good. Technically, it wasn't even my fault. If they just stuck to the rules, and the assistant manager never took those headphones, which wouldn't have confused me, none of this right here would be happening. Because you have to make sense. In a way, it's not even my fault. If they can't stick to their own rules, then what's the point? So all I can say is, if you're gonna work for a company, well, the moral of this whole thing is, If you're gonna work for a company and they keep changing their rules of what they say, then you should not approach your assistant manager or your manager. Approach the regional manager, have a talk with them, because that way you won't get in trouble and you'll keep your job. That's it, really. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.